and welcome to Great Getaways. Well, today's trip takes us to Au Gres, Michigan. We're right here on the Saginaw Bay. Beautiful little area. One of the nice things about this area, it is so quiet out here. It's just beautiful. If you like a place that there's not a lot of noise, but you're going to see a lot of wildlife, this can be the place to be. We'll find out more as we get going.
Our tour of the area would start at the county park with an incredibly beautiful beach right on Lake Huron.
Well, Kelly, we've got a beautiful morning out here, you know. You were telling me yesterday that we have a beautiful beach down here. Why don't you tell me where we're at and about the park?
Absolutely. So this morning we are on Rumsey Road in Au Gres. It gives us 900 feet of sandy beach.
It looks like a beautiful beach too. Is it shallow out here?
Yes, yes. We have kids that'll play in here. You can launch kayaks from here. We've seen jet skis, canoes.
All kinds of stuff, and
Yes.
Great water for the kids to be playing in. That's what's
Yes,
nice.
they love it.
They do. It tires them out, and you got some good time later after that. So now, what about if they wanted to bring a picnic basket with them?
Oh yes, there's picnic tables here. They can bring their picnic, spend the day. There's volleyball. Great place just to hang out.
The park had so much to offer that we wanted to learn more, so we sat down with park manager Tina Ancio for a deeper look.
Just a mile or so down the road, we found a park here. We thought we'd stop in. We're talking to Kina right now, who works here at the park, and we want to find out more about it and the facilities that you have here.
We have a cottage, which is the house that was just renovated last summer.
Okay.
And there's 3 bedrooms, and there's a kid bedroom where there's 2 bunk beds, and then there's a queen bedroom and then a master bedroom, which has a half bath. There's another bathroom in there that has like the shower and everything, because the half bath doesn't. It just has a bathroom, like the toilet in them.
Okay.
There's also a washer and dryer in there. The full-line kitchen, which has dishes and everything in it.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Yeah. Sheets and everything. It's washed before you get here. The cabins have mattresses on it, which there's 2 like bunk beds in it on the back wall. And so there's a special spray we spray on that before you get there, or like after the people leave. Is usually when you clean them.
Okay. So you keep it nice and clean.
Yeah.
That's important to people, I think.
Yeah. I usually clean the bathrooms with bleach, like just because, like everything with bleach, just because I feel like it's better and it makes and it just makes it like sometimes you get like a smell in there because sometimes people smoke in there. And you're not supposed to because there's flies in there. And so the bleach just kind of like takes it away.
Okay.
Yeah, nice and nice.
So what about the campground itself? How many sites do you have?
16.
Okay. Do they have full hookups?
Not all of them. 1 through 7 has full hookups, and that's also, you'll see the we just got new gravel and stuff in there. You'll see the driveway part of it. Yeah, so those were just done.
What about I see you got pavilions out here too?
Mm-hmm. 3 of them.
Okay. Now, is it just the people from the park that use these, or can people come in?
People rent them.
Oh, they rent them.
Yep.
Okay.
But like when you're camping here and no one's there, you're allowed to go in there and like eat your lunch and stuff like that.
Okay.
But like if people are coming in, then you're not supposed to be on there. But
okay, but now you've got a beautiful beach out here that looks like it's pretty long, and quite shallow out there. It seems to be.
One of the attractions that Au Gres has is an abundance of nature walks that have some very incredible history. The Point Au Gres Nature Lookout stretches gracefully into the waters of Saginaw Bay, offering visitors a quiet place to take in sweeping views of the shoreline, migrating birds, and the subtle changes of the bay throughout the seasons. A well-maintained boardwalk guides you over the marshland and out toward the open water, creating an easy and scenic walk for all ages. Whether you arrive at sunrise, when the bay glows soft gold, or later in the day when the breeze rolls in off the water, the lookout provides a calm, peaceful escape. Along the path, interpretive signs share details about the local wildlife, natural features, and the cultural history tied to this part of Michigan's coastline. One of these highlights the early Native American presence on the bay, offering a glimpse into the deep heritage that shaped the region. The lookout is not only a place to enjoy nature, but also a spot to connect with the stories, traditions, and environment that make Point Au Gres a uniquely meaningful place to visit. As we sit along the beach enjoying the sun and the water, we are reminded that many years ago the Native Americans called this home. And here is the story of the Native Americans on the Au Gres Bay.
Long before your time, before the towns and the bright lights along the shoreline, our people lived with these waters as with a relative. You have heard the stories, how the Sauk vanished from Saginaw Bay, how distant tribes swept them away. But those old tales only hold a shadow of the truth. In the days of my grandfathers, when the beaver wars roared across the Great Lakes, the Sauk who lived along this bay found trouble moving toward them like a storm. The Iroquois came from the east, the traders brought sickness, and the alliances between nations shifted like wind on the water. Pressed on all sides, the Sauk were forced to leave the shoreline that had fed them for generations. They carried what they could, but they could not carry the bay, or the sturgeon, or the life they knew. Their absence became a story people whisper, but we remember it as the sorrow of a people pushed from their home. Each spring, when the ice broke and the winds softened, our families traveled to the point the old ones called Au Gres. There, the sturgeon, the ancient fish, returned to the shallows. I remember their backs rising through the water like living stones, their bodies thick with the strength of ages. We gathered along those shores not only to take food for our families, but to give thanks for another season of life. It was a time of renewal, time to feel the heartbeat of the water. And among the young, they had their own kind of ceremony. When the sturgeon moved close to shore, slow and heavy with their journey, some of the boldest youths would leap upon their backs. They clung to that hard, slippery armor for only a breath or two, letting a great fish pull them forward before they slipped free. It was not for sport and never to harm the sturgeon. It was a test of courage, of balance, of respect for a creature older than any memory. Those moments became stories, stories of laughter and bravery, of the bond between our people and the beings of this bay. Even now, the old tales echo at Au Gres Point. They remind us that we are tied to this place and to the waters that shaped our lives. And as long as those stories are told, the spirit of the people who lived here will not be forgotten.
All summer long, Au Gres hosts a weekly farmers market right beside the marina and the fish cleaning station. It's an ideal stop for families. While you browse the vendors, the kids can splash and play at the nearby water pad, just steps from the shoreline. On every trip north, Denny stops and buys his wife, Debbie, some smoked fish. So we stopped in at Bruce's Smoked Fish to take some home. It was so good, Debbie said it was the best smoked fish she ever had and wanted to know when he was going back for more. So when you come to Au Gres, it's definitely worth the stop. Don't be alarmed by the owner. He is very opinionated and isn't afraid to tell you what he thinks about everything. As a matter of fact, it was the best smoked fish we ever had, and he wasn't afraid to tell us that it was. How many times have you driven down US 23 heading north and seen the sign on the west side of the road called Treasures Forever and didn't give it another thought? Well, you don't know what you have been missing. Whether driving by or here on vacation, this is a stop you must make. This store gives a whole new meaning to shop till you drop. As you pull in, there is a beautiful red barn on one side and another one to the south. The drive is lined with carved eagles and roosters, and a really impressive tree carved with every animal you can think of. I wanted to know more, so I was lucky enough to talk to owner Debbie Boynch, who gave us a complete rundown on the store's history and the merchandise that they carry.
We were driving down 23, and all of a sudden we spotted this huge red barn, very pretty back in here, and it said Treasures Forever on the sign out front. So we pulled in just to find out a little bit of what it's about. Now I'm talking with Debbie right now. And Debbie, why don't you explain to people what this is about?
Well, back in 1994, my husband and I started our business. Sorry, that's him right there. We started our business in a little shop on Tonky Road in Au Gres, by our house. And then in '97, we bought this property here with the barn, and we converted it into our store. So we've been going for 29 years.
Wow, you've been here a while.
Yeah,
then.
yeah.
And you've done such a great job with it too.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about what you've got here.
Well, the furniture inside is Amish made, so we have we've lost actually count of how many Amish builders we have that build for us. We do a lot of custom work. My husband's a builder, so he can draw and customize, furniture. We make kitchen cabinets for people and bedrooms, and you'll see 3 floors of furniture, and then we knocked out a bunch of walls over the years and expanded, and then built another barn, and then
I see also outside there's a lot of things that you can put outside your house in gardens or out the front of your house.
Yep.
Tell us about some of those.
Yep, we have poly furniture, which is it's really nice stuff. It's weatherproof. It's got aluminum, screws and gliders, and you don't ever have to maintenance it. So that's what's really great. You can enjoy. I had a customer come in one time, and he said, "I'm buying poly this year because I figure I got 25 years left, and I'm not going to spend one fixing the wood and stuff." And I said, that's I'm going to use that. I told him.
I see you also have jars of stuff. It looks like honey, maybe, and candies.
Yep, we have honey here. We bottle the honey. We make our own soy candles as well, and then we also have jams. We don't make those, but we do sell them. We had a candy shop open, but after the pandemic, we don't have enough help anymore, so we had to shut the candy shop down, but we still make chocolates and bring what we can when we have time up here. Downstairs, we have bedroom, living room, desks. So we have everything for every room of the house, really, and plus decor. Upstairs is 5 different rooms of just shopping pleasure. Up on this floor, we have tables, chairs, glider rockers are a big hit. We sell a lot of them. TV stands, and beyond that, we can make do custom orders. So my husband will take the measurements and draw it up and get a price for them. So
you guys do everything.
Yes, but sleep. Everything but sleep.
All right. Well, thank you, Debbie. We're going to take a look around, and we appreciate you talking to us.
Yes, thank you.
Holy mackerel, I could spend the whole day here. I know my wife would love it all, but my favorite spot was in the small barn that was loaded with the most beautiful cabin furniture I ever see. This place deserves the award that they won First People's Choice for gift shops. We headed out for an early evening to enjoy the weekly summer tradition of music in the park. Before the show, we decided to try the Riverwalk everyone had been talking about, a scenic path that leads straight to the park. The trail winds through town and past the popular riverfront campground, so off we went to check it out.
So Tom, you know what we have behind us?
A bridge.
A bridge. It's the famous Au Gres Pedestrian Bridge.
It is really a cool bridge because it's all wood.
It is.
And it's just amazing how it's made, too. And how long has this been here?
Since 1997.
Okay. And it's part of a walkway that goes through this area?
Yes, the Riverwalk that goes through Au Gres.
Okay. I was noticing there's some sidewalks over this way, so you can walk down there, you can cross the bridge here. It also takes us back to a park?
Yes, and that's where we can listen to music in the park every Wednesday night during the summer months.
That would be cool. They're playing over there now, aren't they?
You can kind of hear it, huh?
Yeah. So what do you say we go over there, maybe try that? There's a great ice cream shop in town, so I've heard.
Absolutely. So after music in the park, let's go get some ice cream.
Is it hard to get to from here?
No, actually, we're right in the area. We're going to get we'll walk the bridge, we'll listen to some music, and go over here and get some ice cream.
I'm ready. You guys ready? Let's go.
After a full day of fun, we'd make our way to the city of Au Gres Park beside the Au Gres campground to enjoy some live music from the fittingly named band, A Touch of Grey. They might have had a bit more than just a touch, but their music made for a perfect soundtrack to a beautiful evening.
So here we are in Au Gres Park, where they have every Wednesday night through the summer months. They have music in the park.
Looks like it draws a lot of people out here too.
It does. Actually, I'm impressed with the crowd.
One of the things I like about it, we got pretty warm sun shining down on us. You know, we got all these trees in here. You can get into the shade. You can be comfortable the whole time out here.
Yeah.
And now, hopefully, we're going to hear some good music.
Yeah, you ready?
I'm ready.
All right.
What it is ain't exactly clear. There's a man with a gun over there telling me I got to beware. It's time we stop, children. What's that sound? Everybody look what's going down. There's bad lines being drawn. Nobody's right if everybody's wrong. Young people speaking their minds, getting so much resistance from behind. Time we stop. Hey, what's that sound? Everybody look what's going down.
Leaving the park, it was just a short walk to an Au Gres tradition, Zanner's ice cream shop. If the name sounds familiar, it should. Our good friend Heidi Zanner Duwald's family opened the shop more than 60 years ago, and she continues to run it today. Heidi promised us it would be the best ice cream we've ever had, so we had to find out for ourselves.
So Tom, we're going to take you to the local ice cream shop here in Au Gres. Zanner's Ice Cream, it's a must stop when you visit Au Gres.
Hey, I'll tell you what, whenever you're on vacation, I know I always love to stop at the ice cream shops. I know the kids do too.
Absolutely.
And this is a great place to do it. Let's go in and see what's going on.
Okay.
We've come inside now, and of course I always love coming into the ice cream shops because they have so many different flavors in here. Hard part is going through and picking out just the one you want. What are you going to get?
I don't know, but for right now, the smell is amazing.
Yeah.
They bake their waffle cones here.
Ooh, even better. How many different flavors have you guys got, do you know?
32.
32 different flavors. All right, well, I think I'm going to go with the Traverse City Cherry Fudge. Just a cone, but just one scoop. Walk out of here with one this time.
That would be fun.
Wow. Yeah. I don't know if I can eat it all, but I'm sure I'm going to try.
What is it?
It's Traverse City's Cherry Fudge.
Yeah, but what is it in?
Oh, waffle cone.
A homemade waffle cone.
Homemade. What do you say we sit here at the table and eat our ice cream?
Sounds great.
I got to tell you, this is really good. These waffle cones, especially, I just can't get over how well it.
Whenever we get anywhere close to water, Denny's brain immediately switches to fishing mode. Honestly, he probably starts hearing dramatic music and imagining fish jumping into the boat. So of course, the very first thing we asked was whether there was a boat launch nearby, especially since we just happened to accidentally on purpose bring our boat with us.
Where exactly? We've got a river out here, is that right?
Yes, this is the Au Gres River.
Okay, and this will take you right out onto the bay then.
Yes, it will.
And
Yes.
which is, as everybody knows, it's great walleye fishing out here. But I got to tell you, we were sitting around dinner and we were talking. There's also great bass fishing, great pipe fishing, perch fishing. There's a lot that goes on here.
There's a
And
plethora.
this is a great boat launch too.
It is.
It is a beauty.
Spacious, easy access, large.
Now, do they usually charge to come in here, or can anybody come in and you can launch your boat?
Yes. It's-
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
Public launching.
This is now we're out on a little bit of a point at this point at
Yes.
this area that kind of sticks out along the river.
Yes.
Okay, and they have well, we got the bathrooms, of course, and just really nice areas. You can see a lot of room to get those big boats in. Good place. What do you think we ought to do next? Didn't you say something about a walkway?
Yes, we can go down here. We can take a look at what we call our local lighthouse.
Okay.
And, break wall that we have down here. We can take a look at it.
Let's go take a look. Not only was it close by, but the Au Gres boat launch is one of the largest boat access sites to Lake Huron. Facilities include 4 boat ramps, which can launch up to 8 boats at one time, restrooms, and a pier along Au Gres River and the Saginaw Bay. The pier is also used by walkers, joggers, or just for a tranquil view of Saginaw Bay. Fishing can be done right off the boat ramps or along the pier. So all we had to do now was go fishing. No more had to be said. Now, Denny always takes the camera wherever he goes, ready to shoot what we're doing, with one exception. If he's fishing at catching fish, it might not happen. Well, it didn't take long for the fishing to heat up and everyone began getting hits. Now, Denny was so focused on fishing, he didn't even think about taking video. But I did manage to grab a few shots with my camera. Hey, I was fishing too. But let's just say we're going to have a nice fish dinner tonight. The next step was cleaning our fish, and the best place to do it was the fish cleaning station in Riverside Park. I mean, why take your fish back to the cabin, campsite, or home when you can clean them here and be ready to throw them on the grill when you get back? We're now actually at downtown Au Gres. I know it's kind of hard to tell from what you're seeing in the background, but we are right by the river, and one of the amenities here is the fact that you can come in here after you've been out on one of the greatest fisheries here in the United States, is to come in here and clean your fish. You don't have to take them back to your trailer and clean them. You don't have to take them back to your cabin. You don't have to have all that mess. You come right in here, clean them all up, and then all you gotta do is go back and fire up that grill. Kelly, this is such a great place that's here. We are right on the river. You said there are boat slips out here for people that have their boats, so we got a launch.
You can stop here after you get done fishing and clean up your fish and enjoy it after that.
What's nice about it too, we are inside, as you can probably tell. So you can get out of any kind of weather that's out there, whether it be the middle of winter, especially, coming in here and not have to be out there in the freezing cold doing it. So this is a great place to be. There is a restroom here too, as a matter of fact, so that always makes it nice when you're coming in from fishing. We took advantage of the fish cleaning station, cleaned up our fish, and headed back to our cabin.
There's nothing quite like grilling fresh fish pulled straight from Saginaw Bay. Walleye and perch are the favorites out here, clean, firm, and perfect for an open flame. A little butter, a squeeze of lemon, and that bay breeze rolling in, that's all you need. It's the kind of simple Michigan tradition that turns a good day of fishing into a great evening on the grill. Fresh catch, fresh fire, Saginaw Bay at its best. What a day it's been, and what a way to end it, relaxing by a campfire overlooking the bay. Honestly, it doesn't get much better than this.
Well, I hope you enjoyed our trip here to Au Gres, Michigan. A quaint little town, great place to be right here on Saginaw Bay. If you'd like more information, you can go to our website at greatgetaways.tv. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.